Bees. We all hate them, but we have to remember they're not there to harm us, bother us. They're just curious. And if we don't hurt them, they won't hurt us. So this is my 2-in-1 frustrating bee story. Warning, I'll get cut off in 4 minutes because I have a chicken alarm going off. Anyway, hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to do a 2-in-1 frustrating bee lunch story. So this is a story about how I had 2 different lunches with some friends and we were like unbothered by bees, and a lot of people were like either swatting at them, and then I got chased by a bee, which is actually kind of funny. And this is a story just to let you guys know, if you're around bees and you have food, you got to be careful. Don't swat at the bee. Just leave the bee alone and it won't bother you. And if you run away, it's going to go after you. And if you swatted it, it's going to sting you. So please keep that in mind, especially if you're allergic to bees. So I'm going to get started and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So first story, I think this one started about 6 years ago. I went to, I think it was the Marine Mammal Center with a large group of people because I was going to a day program, and it was a program for adults who have learning disabilities. So basically I went out to go to the Marine Mammal Center, where they rescue marine mammals, with my group, and we sit outside at a table and we start eating our lunch. And as I'm eating my lunch, I have a salad with chicken. I start eating it, and then these bees start flying around me, and I'm not too happy about it. So I get up, walk away, the bee starts following me, and then I can't eat my lunch with all these bees flying after me, and I'm kind of like walking around and I'm getting chased by all these bees because they're curious because they smell my chicken. So I'm not having the funnest time with it, and I'm really getting annoyed. So a supervisor helps me and she suggests I leave a piece of chicken out so then the bee doesn't bother me. So I thought that was a good idea. So what I did was I pulled out a piece of chicken from my salad, I stuck it onto the table, and they start going after the chicken, and then they finally leave me alone. But then as the bees are just swarming over there, I kind of stayed away for a bit because I didn't want them to follow me, and everyone else kind of ate their lunch with me while they were standing because they didn't want to be near the bees either. So moral of the story, if you have chicken, leave it, and your bees are following you, leave a piece of chicken out so then they'll be so amused by it and distracted that they won't bother you anymore. Story number 2. Story number 2, moving on. This one started, I would say, I think about maybe 3 years ago. I went to a place, I think it was a park or something, or was it a park or something? I don't remember, but I was going for a hike. I was with a group of people because I was with the local day program, and I had a couple supervisors with us, and we were eating our lunch. And as we're all eating our lunches, there's some bees starting to fly around us. I literally move out of the way, but then the rest of my friends are eating their lunch, and they all start swatting the bees, and they don't want to eat with these bees flying around their food, and it's making them all uncomfortable. And everybody starts waving their hands because the bees are just driving them all crazy. So finally, the supervisor sees everybody way too busy swatting their hands at the bees. They don't want anybody to get stung because we didn't know if anybody was allergic to bees. And so the supervisor suggests that everybody goes and eats their food in the car. I don't like eating my food in the car because I worry about making a mess in someone's car, and I hate eating in cars. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to eat, but I'll eat ice cream in the car because I don't want it to melt, but I hate eating food in the car because I don't want to make a mess. So anyway, I continuing to eat my food. I eat as quickly as I can because I don't want the bees to bother me. So the supervisor suggests to take everybody else back to the car who doesn't want to sit near the bees because they don't want them to play around swatting with the bees, because they don't want anybody to get stung because they didn't know if anyone was allergic to bees, and also because the bees were kind of distracting everybody and everybody was getting annoyed with the bees. So everybody else went to the car to finish their food. I had finished my food pretty quickly, so did a couple of my other friends, but it was very frustrating for everybody else to eat because the bees were just driving them all nuts. But luckily, everybody finished their food quickly and we got on with our activities, so then nobody would have to worry about bees going after them. So the moral of the story is, if you have food and you're at a place that has a bunch of bees, please be careful, because some bees like to fly around and literally like bother you for food, but bees aren't there to be bothersome or annoying. They're just being curious about your food. So if you make a mistake and swat at a bee, you're gonna get stung because the bee will think you're attacking it. And I feel bad for people who are allergic to bees. So if you have a problem with bees flying around your food, leave a piece of food out on the table or wherever you're at, so then the bee will be distracted by the piece of food. And if it gets too much for you, you can always eat your food in the car. I know some people hate eating in cars. I personally don't like eating in cars, but some people feel comfortable eating in a car because they don't want the bees flying around them. But that's the easiest way to do it. I don't know if bees can do well with bug spray. Let me know if you guys know that, because you can also bring bug spray so the bees don't bother you, but I don't know if that works on bees. Let me know if it does, because I don't know. So that was my 2-in-1 frustrating bee lunch story. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and also make sure to subscribe.